Well, it's become clear that big corporate and layoffs are no longer just about poor financial performance. There are three new red flags that I think if you're still in corporate, you need to be watching out for. I remember the good old days, right? I'm going back 10, 15, 20, 25 years for the Gen Xers that have been around for a while. Right, layoffs were a last-ditch effort, and typically they were result of very poor financial performance. And a couple of the signs were hiring freezes and or projects being put on hold. Today, that's no longer the case. And doing some research, I found three different what I would call red flags that layoffs are probably coming. And would love to hear if you've been a part of one of these. And I'm sure I hear from the corporate apologists that will say, hey, this is just capitals and it's the way it works. Anyway, we can save that for another conversation. But first one is forced return to office mandates, right? This is where they're trying to pick up a few freebies, people that'll quit because they don't want to come back to the office so they don't have to pay severance. But almost universally, we've seen after the forced RTOs that layoffs follow, right? They didn't hit their targets, so they're going to lay off people anyway. So if your company has avoided the RTOs or forced RTOs and they come, heads up, layoffs are probably following. Number two is stock buybacks, right? That used to be a, again, way to inflate your stock prices quickly. But what now we're seeing is those coupled with layoffs say, hey, we're going to buy back stock prices. Oh, and at the same time, we're going to lay off staff to get the double bounce from the stock price. So if you hear rumblings of a stock buyback, a good indicator that layoffs are right around the corner. And last but definitely not least is, this is actually a newer one, strict policy performance. I don't know if you have actually seen EY fired a number of their employees because they were taking a couple of their mandatory online trainings simultaneously. They had two screens and they're doing both trainings at the same time. That seems like really nitpicking for why they're going to terminate somebody, but I just think we're going to see an increase. They're going to look for a way to let people go without having to pay severance, and this is one of them. I think Meta let some folks go for misuse of their dinner vouchers. Again, that one I could see a little bit if you're not actually buying dinner with it, which they're intended for. I could see it, but I think we're going to see more and more of these random enforcement policies. So again, I think this is a new normal, and again, I don't think layoffs are slowing down anytime soon. We're going to see the AI push next year, which will even further reduce headcount in big corporate. So if you are curious and you are Gen Xers still kind of stuck in the corporate battle, but curious what else is out there, I'd encourage you to come join our free Slack community. It's, what do we got, about 1,400 folks in the community now, and I would say 95% are Gen Xers looking for their what's next. Some are going to stay in corporate but develop an alternative plan. Others just want to see what's out there. I mean, you could buy a franchise. You can go definitely solo is one of the things I advocate for, but the choice is yours. So education's free, the connections are free, and we'll give you a number of tools to at least help you think through the process. So if you're still in corporate, good luck.